Oasis, the band that somehow manages to be both the best and the worst thing to come out of the 90s? Yeah, I said it, and apparently the UK isn't too happy about what I said. I recently dropped a YouTube short where I dared to criticize the rock darlings Oasis, and let's just say I poked the bear. People came for me hard, but that's okay, they suck. Stick around, let's dive into the chaos. Their new tour, and yeah, we'll be reading some of your charming comments too, here on Real Brave Live. Kevin, I poked the bear. I did a YouTube short and I pissed off everyone in the UK.
Oh.
Apparently.
Okay.
Do you know what it was about?
Was it about Russia and the incursion to Kursk?
Nope. It was about my disdain for Oasis, and we talk about that short.
Whoa.
Oasis's new
That's wrong.
tour or show or whatever they're doing, and how everyone now hates me here on
Real Brave Live.
That's it.
Yeah.
I believe actually for this show it's Real Brave Live Governor.
Governor.
Correct?
Real Brave
Yeah.
Live. Governor.
Does this give me the chance? Do I have like permission to speak in my awful accent?
You've never needed permission before, to be fair.
Yeah,
your voices just kind of come out when you want them
You've
to.
done
so.
it just
Characters,
without
see?
apology
Characters.
and without permission.
Listen,
Sometimes it's offensive.
I don't need to get permission to just put
I don't need no instructions to know how to rock.
to just put in a video that is just made to get people to engage. That's all it was.
It was rage bait. It's rage bait.
It was rage bait. And do I really hate Oasis? I got way better things to do. I really do.
I don't know, man.
Like
You were
hate
walking around.
Creed?
You were walking around this morning in this building, like fucking hate Oasis, man. Like so, maybe you do hate Oasis. I don't know.
I don't know. I think maybe I was just having a bad moment. But we should like. I want you to watch the short. We'll do it together. We can't really play it because it's got some music behind it, and we respect Oasis's stupid music.
No, we respect copyright law.
We do. That's what I meant to say. So I think would it be possible? What do I need to do here? Do you want to watch it independently, and then I'll just fast forward?
I watched it before.
Oh, you
I
watched it
also
before.
watched it earlier.
You did.
You sent
Yeah.
it to us.
Yeah.
I did. I
Yeah.
did send it to you. All right.
We can insert it here.
Sometimes after I listen to this band's music, and after I'm finished punching myself in the face repeatedly, I sit back and wonder, how did the world's most boring guitarist become one of the most famous guitarists ever? Noel Gallagher's choice of using one scale to play solos over is literally the most infuriating thing in the world for a guitarist to listen to. Maybe just as mad as he and his brother are at each other all the time. Their relationship was a roller coaster of highs and lows, with Noel Gallagher reflecting once, quote, "We grew up in the same household, shared the same dreams, fought like hell to make them reality. But with success came its own set of challenges." In interviews, his brother once quipped, "We fight like cats and dogs, but at the end of the day, we're family. You can't choose your siblings, but you can choose to rock the world together." Ugh.
Don't like each other much.
Yes, we get it. You guys hate each other, and backstage you work it out. Hey, just be happy you made it to the biggest stage of all time. So, all I was basically saying in the short was, the first part of it was like, being stupid. I was saying, after I repeatedly punched myself in the face.
Right.
Right. And I was saying that I'm listening to this Oasis song, and Noel Gallagher's guitar playing, who by the way, he's regarded very highly as a guitarist in very many circles, and I was just saying that it's kind of boring. So people took offense to that. And then number two, which was really more of the point of the video, I thought it was way more annoying that the brothers hate each other, and they're super successful and they're millionaires, but they got this like act going on that they hate each other, and it's just irritating. I think that's really what gets me more than anything else, because they're the biggest rock band in the world, regardless. And there's a third one that I'll get to in a second. But those are the two main things. I didn't mention the third one in the video, but I think the third one...
Dramatic reveal here on Real Brave Live.
It's everything, guys. This is it. You've been waiting for this.
Do you have you have a brother?
I do have a brother.
Tom,
yes.
you have a brother?
I do. Yes.
Jeff.
Mark.
Jeff.
I also have a brother.
Torque.
And I like my brother.
Okay, but are you in a band with him?
No.
Yeah. Did you sleep with everyone in the UK? Did you smoke every cigarette in the UK? Did you have a number one song in the UK?
No to two of those.
Oh, he smoked every cigarette in the UK.
did.
Yeah. I'm really sick, guys.
This is Kevin's last show.
Look, Oasis was a chart-topping band in the 1990s that was both beloved and hated. So, do you love them? Do you hate them?
No. Here is my my sincere thoughts on Oasis, which is that I heard "Live Forever" when it came out in '94, I guess it was.
Yeah.
I thought this is a really good song, and I bought the album, and it was fine. And that was
What is fine, Brian?
I mean, like, you know, there are like 4 or 5 songs in there that are good songs.
It was fine.
but it didn't blow me away. It's fine. It's
fine.
It's serviceable. I don't
Vertical
know.
Horizon is fine.
No, it's not.
I think they're fine.
I think Vertical Horizon is what the 90s became after a while. Like, that was the band that every record label was, look, that guy.
Your favorite
was
character?
My favorite guy. Get me something that sounds like the 90s.
Yeah.
And then they found the bald guy, and he was Vertical Horizon. What was the song? Vertical Tim?
Everything You Want. Isn't it?
It's everything you want. Yeah.
Everything is going to be another world like this. It's everything you want and everything you need.
That was it, right?
That was a
Yeah.
I mean,
So anyway, Oasis is, I think there's probably a half dozen good Oasis songs.
okay.
1 or 2 of them maybe elevated to the level of great, depending on your opinion. I think Champagne Supernova is a pretty good song.
Why?
I think it builds in a nice way. It has a melodica on it.
Ooh.
Can't say that about too many other
I like
rock
melodicas.
songs, right? Yeah. Guitar solo at the end's fine. It has ocean sound effects in the beginning. These are all things about the song.
So does Kokomo.
Hey, I will not
comparing
sit
Oasis
here.
to-
No, I'm
to the
kidding.
Beach Boys.
I hate Kokomo.
But it has John Stamos in it, so it's
it
good
does.
automatically.
Yeah.
Does Oasis have John Stamos in it?
Last I checked, he's not part of the reunion tour. I don't know.
I have a question. What song specifically were you critiquing the guitar solo on?
I think just generally. Can I have your guitar for a second?
It's your guitar.
This is. Oh, that's right. It is my guitar. Who knew? I'm gonna do my. And I'm not a great. And everybody, we're gonna get to the comments in a second.
Yes.
And look, I agree with you. I am a god awful guitarist. But
Are you trying to play the major pentatonic? Okay. He's making real direct eye contact with me right now.
He's edging.
Like the edge.
Exactly like the edge. That's what I meant. Exactly.
Gotta put a delay on him. 200 millisecond delay.
that's the Noel Gallagher solo.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like every other famous guitarist that just uses the pentatonic scale.
That's what it sounds like to me. And I'm not trying to be like a douche, even though I come across like a douche. And you're right. I don't play guitar very well anymore.
Nobody said that.
But
We have
that's
evidence to the contrary.
true. Does that sound? That's what he does. He does that in every song.
I mean, yeah, lots of guitarists do. It's the pentatonic scale.
It's the pentatonic scale, but it's a very specific way that he plays it, which is like that boom, ba-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, over and over again.
Yeah.
It's the same solo. That's my beef, guys. Not that they're terrible musicians. It's like, come on, do something different. Please, for Christ's sake.
I feel that way about so much music.
This is one of the greatest bands of all time, though. They're,
Well, no,
they're
it's- okay, so-
pinnacle of like music ever,
Okay,
according
no,
to many people.
I mean-
and that's the fucking solo.
Just the comment section of that short, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my bit of a diatribe about this. So I'm prefacing it. Diatribe alert. Put it across the screen.
Diatribe called Quest.
I left my wallet in Birmingham, England, I think. Anyway, the English press gets obsessed with a band and make them into superstars. The Stone Roses were like,
Love the Stone Roses.
but they were a huge deal in England with one album, and then their second album had like half a song on it, and they were done. Right?
Half a song. They didn't put an album; they just put a half a song on it.
Essentially, I mean it's a terrible
You know,
record.
you know the Stone Roses? Good. All right, next.
The Rolling Stone
So
Roses?
yes, exactly. You got it. Mick Jagger, etc. So they
Tick
were,
Magger, his name was, not Mick Jagger.
Yeah. They were Oasis was elevated as this the saviors of rock and roll before anyone over here or really anyone outside of the small readership of the NME or whatever knew who they were. So they were incredibly hyped. And so I think a lot of people like yourself were instantly put off by the hype. If there's just a band played on the radio, you probably would never have gotten angry about Oasis. But because they were proclaimed as this huge band, and because they and others compared them to the Beatles, all these things made people angry. But I think if you heard these songs in a vacuum, they are no better or worse than most of the alternative rock in the 90s. That's my point about it.
Okay, I would say Don't Look Back in Anger is a great song. I think that's a very, very good song.
Even though the beginning is exactly Imagine?
Yes. So that gets to the point of the Beatles, and they had said that they were better than the Beatles, which I think is the third thing I want to get to. They repeatedly said that they were better than the Beatles.
And the Beatles said they were bigger than Jesus. So by the transitive property,
Oasis is bigger than Jesus.
Yeah.
They're bigger than that's pretty big.
Yeah.
That is pretty big. At the time when Oasis was out, personally speaking, I was in a huge Beatles phase. They had just re-released all the recordings. They had the 3 anthologies.
Mm-hmm.
I revisited everything. I was analyzing it, and then these guys come out, and it was good. But then they're on stage doing their douchey thing, and then they were saying that they were better than the Beatles. And I remember being in my 20s, going well, come on.
okay.
In their slight defense,
Uh-oh.
I think they knew they were pissing people off.
Ah.
Were they rage baiting
excellent.
themselves?
I think they were rage baiting their fans. I think
Whoa.
or just people haters. But I think they were just saying things. People said you sound like the Beatles, and they probably said, "No, we don't. We're better than the Beatles. They sound like us." Just being dicks about it. So,
All right.
I don't think they believed that. Doesn't
Yeah.
make it much better, but maybe a little bit.
Were the
Okay, I think
Beatles
if-
rage baiting the Christian right by saying they were bigger than Jesus?
John Lennon said something ridiculous in front of
Well,
the
it
news
wasn't-
reporters,
it wasn't
and then he
even-
apologized for it
wasn't
afterwards.
even ridiculous. What he said was that to young people in America, they cared more about the Beatles than they cared about Jesus. He was not comparing it. He was saying that young people are more interested in the Beatles than they are in religion.
Yeah.
He was right. It's not a controversial statement.
Well, I've heard of Beatlemania, but I haven't heard of Jesus mania.
Then you haven't been to Kentucky.
Oh,
Fair.
big out there. Is it big?
I don't know. I just
The
picked
big
the state in the
Jesus fans?
middle of America, flyover country. Oasis is known for being influenced by the Beatles. Even covered 3 of their songs. You Gotta Hide Your Love Away. Love that song. Helter Skelter and I Am the Walrus. The I Am the Walrus thing, to me, is where you hear them. In the Champagne Supernova stuff. You hear the influences. They got they did the whole John Lennon thing when they were in concert. Plenty of friends that who were really into it, and I just didn't really care. But because I didn't care for them in the video, and it was being more cheeky than anything else. I really don't give a shit.
Cheeky.
Oi.
Oi.
Oi. Being cheeky?
I want to read some of the comments. After I listen to this band's music, and after I get it, punching myself in the face. Come on, it's funny. Let's. I don't even know where to start. They're all awful.
Let's just say you were a lightning rod yesterday for the ire of a certain country.
In my defense, this wasn't yesterday.
A cheeky country.
This was months ago. We put this out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is just one of the things. We have she's lovely, and she's from Armenia, and she does our social media. I really she's lovely. She knows what she's doing in certain ways, but she'll send me some scripts to do for the YouTube shorts. And she kept sending me the Oasis stuff. I kept telling her, I don't want to do an Oasis short. And finally I relented and I did this one. But I rewrote it because she obviously didn't write that. So I go through this whole thing. Like I said, I talked about how I don't like them. And here's some of the comments. Right up top. And your guitar skills haven't gotten you anywhere. You're unheard of. 594 people like that.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Next one. Keep it simple and everyone will get... that's fine. The next one is... I'm just going down the list. It's going to take a second.
I got one here. Oi, bit of a knobber, isn't it?
That's not there. This Oasis slander will not be tolerated. 39 people like that. Noel's guitar playing is actually listenable and writes good music. 83 people like that.
That's the bar.
Yeah.
It's listenable.
I started replying this morning. I was laying on my back and stretching. And I started replying to people. Let's see. The first one I replied to... says a talentless person who has never come close to the success of these brothers. No one cares about your opinion. And I wrote back, yes, we have a lot in common.
Got him. Get replied to, idiot.
Noel wrote one of the greatest choruses of all time. And I wrote, they're still boring. People wrote back, they're better than any shite band from America. Shite is such a great word. I love saying the word shite.
Have people ever heard of Creed or Three Doors Down?
I see your Oasis, and I raise you puddle of mud.
He's famous as a songwriter and as a guitar player. I wrote okay.
Okay is the best comment to put under anything.
I did see a discussion about how Britain... UK music is like the pinnacle of rock and roll, and it's where all rock and roll comes from. And the debate there is like you see like anything about like what Mick Jagger or Led Zeppelin or like Jimmy Page or John Lennon have said about what their musical influences are.
It's all Black Americans.
It's all Black Americans.
Yes.
It's all blues musicians.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the big ones. So
people who say that all rock comes from England are people who don't want to acknowledge black people.
That's
Sorry.
true. Yeah.
That's just what it is.
All racist you are in the comment section. Come at me.
One person wrote, at least he does not make YouTube shorts. Simplicity got him further than you, lad.
Fair. Point Oasis.
Yeah.
And at this point, I had done a couple of these, so I had wrote, again, trying to find mom jokes that would work, but having a hard time. Why so personal, bro? Is what I wrote back.
Man.
You should have taken a page out of Liam Gallagher's book. For a while on Twitter, whenever anyone would refer to Noel, he would call him that fucking potato. And I don't really know what that means, but being called a potato seems really offensive to me.
Yeah.
I started getting in a little... people were getting personal with me.
Dan's the kind of guy who would get into a heated argument and then lose and then think of all the things he might have said later.
So you mean all of us?
Yeah.
Literally all of us?
No, not me. I win every argument.
Okay.
At David OTV wrote, the jealousy in this video reeks of... Didn't write anything, and I wrote cat piss, ? Yet Noel, user whatever. Yet Noel has sold millions of records, and you're still in your bedroom. It takes a genius to use simple scales and chords and make it accessible to millions of people.
Oh.
And then one person wrote,
I disagree with that statement, and I do see the discourse of these guitar bros, holier than thou musician. It doesn't take a genius to make a pentatonic scale accessible. It's accessible by nature. It's 5 notes. There's fewer opportunities for those notes to make you think hard or critically. That's all.
I wrote back to this guy, I'm in the bedroom with your mom. And he wrote back, she wouldn't even go near an amateur guitarist.
But professional guitarists.
What's the name of the guitarist who made this clip? ? And I wrote Pimmy Jage. Play on Jimmy Page. Sorry.
Thanks for explaining the joke.
Yeah. I didn't get it.
It just goes on. Man is throwing a little pissy over Oasis. They just destroyed me, guys. Absolutely annihilated me.
You what, mate?
Yeah.
To summarize this video, this person wrote, I'm such a great guitarist, and even though this guitar solo is good, it's the same scale as the last, yada, yada. And I wrote, well, yeah, it sucks. And then they just continue to destroy me. I didn't even see these comments. People are really passionate about Oasis, Kevin. What if I went on to like a Fish song and I wrote stuff like this? They'd probably be like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Fish.
Why so adamant and so pissed off?
I saw this thing about it's a meme, and it's comparing Tool fans and Primus fans, and like these Tool fans are having like this intense argument about like the meaning of like some Tool song, and then the two Primus fans are going like Primus sucks. It's like yeah.
I feel like if you went on a Fish forum and tried to roast Fish, you'd be fine because Fish users are too high to go online. So
fair. I also feel we're a big self-loathing lot.
Yeah. Look, I get defending your favorite band, but like, does it really matter what someone on YouTube Shorts says? Come on.
No, definitively no.
George Harrison has gone on record and saying they should just shut up and play music.
Yeah.
Right, and I think you made a really good point, Brian. It was they were just taking the piss, That's all.
It's also like, I think when you're in a position to do certain things that are only going to come around once in a lifetime, you kind of do them. And if someone says to you like, "Hey, people are saying you're better than the Beatles," you could be sheepish and say, "Oh, shucks, no."
Yeah.
Or you can be like, "No, you know what? We are. Come at me."
Right.
No one's going to care in a year. In a month, no one's going to care. Like, just say it.
Right.
Go for it. What the hell?
Was Noel Gallagher stabbed 40 times like George Harrison was?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. He was. Did you know that?
Is he related to Ken Gallagher?
He's not.
Ah, what a shame.
Another a video that I got destroyed for was I didn't know how to pronounce Danny Harrison, and I pronounced it Donnie because it looks like it's friggin' Donnie. It's spelled Dhani, and I was like, I'd never heard it said out loud, so over and over in the short I said Donnie. It's Danny, apparently. Did you know that?
I only knew that because I watched that Martin Scorsese documentary that they made about George Harrison. They say it out loud in the documentary. That's the only reason
I've never seen it, and I've never. It wasn't until after that I started listening to his music. It's actually pretty good. Well, long story short, people hate me now in the UK, so I can never go there. My visa might get revoked if I go there.
You get attacked by the bobbies.
Yeah.
And
we don't like your lot.
Yeah, there it is.
So what about this idea that they're going on tour again? This is the big thing. Everyone's freaking out. Would you ever, this is a new thing that I've read recently, go to the UK to see one of your favorite bands rather than buying tickets here on resale?
No.
And I say that because you can get a plane ticket with you and your horror friend, right?
Yeah.
Probably $1,500. Go to the UK, back and forth.
No.
That would be 2 tickets.
Nope.
And it would probably be cheaper than buying them on resale on StubHub.
I would never spend $1,500 for concert tickets.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
What about like, what does she like?
She likes Taking Back Sunday.
Miley Cyrus.
$40 a pop. She likes Miley Cyrus. But she's also frugally minded, so I don't think she would spend.
Okay. But what if she really, really... All right, I guess this is the wrong person to ask.
Yeah.
What about you? I'm not talking about him.
You're financially irresponsible, Brian. How would you do this? You're not wrong in either of these cases. No, I paid like $180 to see Paul McCartney a couple years ago.
Not bad. I think I did too. About that.
Yeah, maybe it was.
It was more than a couple of years. Was that the Barclays Center?
No, I was at that one too, though.
Okay.
I saw him there, and I saw him at MetLife in 2022. So I took my mom, my uncle, my wife, my 2 kids to see Paul McCartney. That's because my mom and uncle took me to see Paul McCartney when I was like 10, and so I want to take my kids. We spent a bunch of money, but it was a Beatle.
Yes.
And I feel like that is the bar I will pay. Unless it's going to be in a tiny venue and we get to have a cup of coffee afterwards, I'm never going to pay more than that for a concert. That's just... I don't know who it would be.
David Gilmour right now is going for like $120 at MSG in like the 100 section.
I would never pay that because he's playing all the earlys or late 60s stuff. He's not going to play any of the 70s Pink Floyd.
But like, your point's well taken, Kevin. I think most huge pop stars right now, if you set a $200 limit, you can get in to see that artist. They may not be great seats, but you can get in and see them. I'm sure the Rolling Stones, you could have gotten into MetLife for $200 or whatever. You know, Taylor Swift, you're going to pay $1,000, but that's insane to me for a number of reasons. And that's no disrespect to Taylor Swift.
Agreed.
It's just it's an insane amount of money to pay to be.
A little disrespect.
No, I you can. It's fine. But I just feel like if you're in a stadium, there's no way that's worth it. Now, if your favorite artist was playing the Bottom Line or the Bowery Ballroom, these like small venues, then I can say, okay, maybe I'd go a little bit above that $200 to see a huge act in a small space because you're never going to have that experience again. But no, I mean, I have a friend who flew herself and her daughter to Portugal to see Taylor Swift because it was cheaper to fly to Portugal, stay there for a weekend, and get tickets than to get the ones at
that's
at
what I'm
MetLife.
saying. So that's what's happening here. Now, I'm not quite certain of what's happening in the UK. I know it's not as I don't want to say we're unregulated. They might be more regulated there, but it's going on sale. There's like 4 shows. I don't know where they're playing. And
They're playing giant outdoor spaces.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be mayhem.
They've already said I believe there's 14 dates blocked off.
I thought it was 4.
They're putting 4 on sale now, but they've blocked off other dates because they know those 4 are going to sell out.
Principality Stadium on July 4th, 2025. I'm not missing America's birthday to go to our previous dad.
The previous dad. Yeah, King George. Would there be any shows that you would want to go back in time and pay more than the $200 that you paid to see McCartney?
I mean, I would love to have seen John Coltrane and Miles Davis play at the Village. Like my dad, when he was in high school, used to go to the Village Vanguard all the time. He's like, "Oh yeah, I saw every jazz person that you read about in every book now, and I was 10 feet from them." Like that's awesome. But he probably paid $5 to get in there.
Yeah.
So REM is maybe my favorite band of all time. Very high up there. I never got to see REM just because I was an idiot when they were around, and I just avoided it. I was like, I'll see them next door. And then I missed them, and they retired, and they're done. So, like, I would love to go back and see REM. I
think they're coming back.
They said they will never come back. They have said...
I do believe that, but come on, it's the new thing now. The new thing.
It could be. The other one is I twice had an opportunity to see David Bowie. I didn't take it. And I twice had an opportunity to see Prince. I didn't take it. Ooh. Prince, Bowie, and REM were the 3 that I could have seen, and I didn't, and I'm mad at myself for it.
I would say I'm mad at myself for not going to the Stone Temple Pilots concert in downtown where they dressed up in Kiss face. Uh-huh. And I was invited to go to that. And I'm still kicking my ass. I should have freaking went. Yeah. That was awesome. And then the other one was the Black Crowes Jimmy Page. I should have went to that one.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was...
They did a whole tour, right?
They did a whole tour. I got invited. I was like, whatever. What about you?
I would have liked to have seen Fish at the Sphere.
Oh, they're done?
Yeah.
That was short.
You'll probably have that chance again, though. I'm sure they'll play there again at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
But it might be less expensive if the Sphere isn't so new. Like in 5 years, it might be cheaper to go. The novelty's worn off a bit. I don't
know. It's so expensive. This year, I didn't go to see any Yankee games so far. My plan right now is to go. Daniel and my son and I are gonna go the day of, and we're just gonna wait till the game starts and then buy right there because everything is so inflated.
You can get so. I know Yankees tickets are harder to get than Mets tickets are, but my brother was in town a few months ago, and I got 6 tickets for $12 each, upper deck. But got into the stadium real cheap. You got to wait. You got to play the game. You got to go on StubHub or whatever and just find the deals.
Yeah.
But no, the live experience now is at a premium. We're paying more for that than ever. In part because there's no record sales to boost the careers anymore.
But there's none of that aftermarket is going to the artist.
Of course.
Of course, right? Yeah.
Of course. It's not about. It's never about the artist.
No.
Never.
That's one of the questions I want to ask. Other than that, them getting back together, I'm sure he's going to probably put another album out there, which will probably get me an opportunity to do another short.
More rage baiting.
So I'm putting this out there right now. Okay,
yeah.
Viewers of this program, If Oasis plays
Nobody's
New York,
still watching.
we'll clip this out and make a separate show.
Okay, yeah.
If you're watching this and you want to see Dan see Oasis, we're going to start a GoFundMe
Yes.
to make Dan go to an Oasis concert.
Yes.
Kevin and I will accompany him.
Yeah, well,
In the UK.
One of us will. We'll draw straws.
No,
here.
let's do that.
Yeah,
All
we'll
three
draw-
of us would do like a live. We'll get like press credentials and we'll do a live at the show.
oh, that sounds a lot. That sounds like a lot of work. to
Well,
do.
no, let's it's GoFundMe. We need about $5,000.
We talked about doing a press credential thing at Fish. And that
Yeah,
never,
we did.
That never happened.
No, it didn't.
We did go on a Wook safari.
We
though.
did.
Yeah.
I'm sure you discovered wonderful things.
Yeah.
We should have led with that.
20.
What?
We should have led with that. Please donate to our GoFundMe so that we can go to the UK and then do a live there.
Let's make it happen. I think we can just take over all the social media and just make it about that.
We have at least a dozen people that like the show.
Wow.
And we have a year, or we have 10 months to raise the funds, essentially.
Yeah.
well,
in
the
10 months, we
tickets go on sale in 2 days.
Okay, we have we have 2 days to raise the funds.
2 days, people. 2 days.
We can get it in
$5 goes a
we can get it
long way.
in the aftermarket. I'm sure it's way more regulated in the UK because they got some sort of virus over there right now. I don't know what's happening in the UK. If you guys are okay, I hope you're all right because there's something weird
Is
happening
it
there.
the novel coronavirus, COVID-19?
No, it's like kind of like the woke mind virus here.
Oh,
But
jeez. Mpox?
hold on, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
There's something going on there with the government censoring people. And it's almost like they're scooping out the people that were doing the same thing here, but they're trying to like preempt so they don't do anything stupid like the people did here in the United States on January 6th.
Isn't that the plot of Minority Report?
People are getting arrested for saying stuff on
Precog.
social media.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm so glad I live in America.
Do you know that? Did you know that, Brian?
I had heard something about it, but I have not investigated it.
Did you read about that on X?
I did.
Was it posted by Elon Musk?
It was posted by John426.
Isn't that a Bible verse?
I prefer John 425 personally, but you know.
No, whenever I do like the Twitter personally. I
X.
think that
Formerly Twitter.
I'll call it Twitter. I do personally like Twitter. News makes me insane. The news media makes me insane. Left, right, all of it.
You mean the fake news media?
All of it.
Oh.
Just all of it. Like it just makes me nuts. It's so opinion based and it's clickbait. All of it.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. You ever see the headlines like X whatever politician was destroyed by blah 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 blah, and then you just like click what happened to him? And then it's just like a normal article.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
Anyway, so
So send us to the UK, or if they come. I was thinking if they come to the States that we do this. Less money you have to raise that way.
Well,
You know.
is it per our previous conversation?
Well,
Would it
yeah.
be cheaper to just go to the UK? I have to get my passport. That's
Yeah, I'd
like
get my passport taken care of
$100
too.
yeah, I have to get my passport taken
Yeah.
care of,
Yeah.
and I would probably be blacklisted because I didn't.
Yeah.
I've got hundreds of comments here.
Let's just not do it. I think.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. We could
I
do
don't
that.
wanna-
That's like a business expense.
I don't want to get crimed on at the UK.
crime. What does that mean?
I want to get attacked by your haters.
We have to have "I'm not with Dan" shirts. You know,
Yeah.
the arrows. You
yeah.
know?
No, by the way, this is just to poke the bear a little bit and just to get
Russia.
a little engagement.
Do you think
Right?
they're playing any Russian shows?
No.
Let's go to Russia.
No.
Kevin will wear a shirt that says "In it."
In it?
I'll wear a shirt that says "Oi," and Dan will wear one that says
Oasis sucks.
There we go.
There it is. Do we have anything more to say about that?
Maybe.
I think we're fine.
You can get to do your thing.
What thing?
Everything. The maybe, all the maybes.
That's why I said maybe.
Oh, is it
Maybe.
maybe?
Yep. I don't know. It's okay. Their music's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody.
A concession from
Yes,
Dan
okay.
Powers at Real Brave.
If I had a choice between Oasis and Creed, I would choose Oasis.
Okay,
100%.
all right. Creed or Fish?
Creed or Fish?
Yeah.
Fish.
Okay,
100%.
Fish or Oasis?
Probably Fish.
Okay, all right.
Where am I listening to this? on a ride to a Fish show?
No, it's not allowed.
It's not?
No, you can't. No.
Oh, the Grateful Dead. You have to listen to that.
That is tradition.
Is that your tradition, or is that everybody else's tradition?
I don't know, it's a tradition I learned from somebody else, so it's not just mine.
Was that person high when they were driving? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's so safe.
Are we done with the this or that choices here for Dan's music taste?
REM or Fish?
I was, I have to say, I can't listen to REM anymore. I've tried and tried,
Whoa.
but I was such a huge REM fan, I overdid it.
Whoa.
So
I mean, look, everyone's wrong about something. So there you go.
The Monster Days overdid it for me. They were so huge back then, right?
See, I didn't give a shit about REM until I was in my 30s, essentially, and my 20s, I guess. And I started at the very beginning, and just took my time, and it was a really lovely ride, just because there's a lot of good music there. It
is very good. It's it's like a very specific sound. So as soon as it comes on, I'm like, it's kind of like The Cure.
Yes.
The same thing. I'm just like, oh man, I feel like I'm 17 right now. I feel like I have a pimple, and girl hates me.
One of my bands is now doing a little Cure medley. Just fun.
Oh yeah, what songs?
Friday I'm in Love into Boys Don't Cry into Just Like Heaven.
Ooh,
so it's pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Cure, the first 3 albums are incredible. My personal opinion.
I'm too happy of a person to be listening to.
No, it's good music.
Yeah, but it brings me down.
It does. Oh, I'm so sad.
It bums me out, man.
Pretty good.
Who's this guy? I won't give you some more. Come on.
No, I can't.
That was pretty good. I mean, out of all the times you tried to do it, that was the closest you've ever gotten.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Governor, if you're interested in learning guitar solos that are better than Noel Gallagher, you could get lessons here, and we'll teach you how to do it better, because he only plays one scale. You can go to realbraveaudio.com. You can like and comment below, become a subscriber, and please destroy me as much as you want. I really don't care. It's all in the name of good music, which Oasis isn't. Anything else you want to say about that?
Nope.
Nobody got to this point, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Send us to the UK.
Yes.
Support our GoFundMe.
Please, we got a GoFundMe right here. If you want to send us to the UK, just donate $5 right now, and then you could kidnap Kevin.
You keep seeing all those Barack Obama asking for $5 because that's all it'll take to change the election, but that's better spent toward us, I think.
If you give us, if we had 1,000 people give us $5,
One of us could maybe go to the UK for this.
It's $5,000.
That's $5,000.
We would be able to go to the show. You can meet us in person. We'll sign, your ticket, and then you could just say slanderous things to us in front of us in English, in British, right?
Yeah. We'll tell you one vulnerable thing about ourselves, and you can use that.
You can kidnap Kevin. I can't say kidnap Kevin. All right, so
Hi, George.
Hi, George. Nice shirt. All right, we'll see you next week here on
Real Brave Live.
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. Dan, talk for a moment.
I hate Oasis, and Liam Gallagher is stupid.
Kevin, go ahead and talk, please.
I don't really know anything about Oasis or Liam or Noel Gallagher.
Very good.
And I like exactly one Oasis song. The rest are fine.
Okay, great.
Let's try again. Here. All right, take 2. Dan, talk.
I like to talk about myself.
Kevin, talk.
I like to talk about Dan behind his back.
I like to talk about Kevin and Dan to their faces.